Hey everybody, it's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse. And guys, I just got done with All American Season 5, Episode 17, titled Mask Off. Guys, another great episode of All American. I just gotta say it, this season has been iffy. I have been saying that. This season's been very iffy until, of course, we got the episode where they kind of spiced everything up and they kind of, flipped everything, on it. Pretty much flipped everything over and made things, crazy with the whole them killing Billy off in this season. And they've really been doing good with episodes and really keeping me and from what I've been hearing, everybody really invested and pretty much in the season again, because a lot of people weren't feeling the season, you know what I mean? A lot of people were kind of not liking things, but and when they did that, kind of we all were oh, I'm locked in, you know what I mean, for the rest of the season. So it's one of those things where this was just another great episode. This is the episode where Olivia is going to, get her, go into her award ceremony, and she's finally having she finally got the courage to, wanting to come forward and pretty much say that, I made up Jaden Davis. I'm actually the one that wrote this article. So, in this episode, she's really trying to, come up with a speech, and pretty much, Laura and Jordan are kind of it doesn't seem like Olivia that she's really trying to, she's having a hard time writing a speech, you know what I mean? That Olivia in this episode, the one thing she's really, having a hard time doing is finding the words, you know what I mean? And pretty much, also, worried about what other people are going to think about how she didn't have the courage, to begin with, to have her name on the article, and she came up with another name of Jaden Davis. But as we all know, she now has the courage because, she's this is the last thing me and my father did. I want to pretty much, make it out to him because, you know what I mean? It's it was my legacy, but in a way, it's continuing his legacy. So I really did love in this episode, Jordan really stepped up and got Olivia out of her head and pretty much took her to dance class again because, that was her first language pretty much, was dance. You know what I mean? That was the one thing that kind of got her, in her comfort zone and kind of got her out of her head. And he brings her back to those roots. And I really appreciated that in this episode that, Jordan really stepped up. I was really proud of Jordan in this episode. I'm well, Jordan's really taking initiative ever since what happened to Billy happened. He's been really taking initiative, and he's really been there for everybody, and he's really become a mature man. So, I gotta give a shout out to Jordan in this episode because he was really a standout of this episode. Pretty much, even he took I was not prepared, but he took the dance class with Olivia, and he was making a fool of himself. I gotta admit, I was still oh, good for you, dude. I see you, even though it was he was stiff. But that was never, he was never, that was never his dream to become a dancer. But he did that because he wanted to make Olivia have a fun time. He wanted to say this is just fun, Liv. I know I can't dance, but I'm gonna do it so that way, I can cheer you up and get you out of your head. So that way, you could realize that was your first. You know what I mean? That was your first, going back to your roots, that made you comfortable. You didn't have to think about it. You just did it. You trying to figure out how to write the speech is no, you just need to do it. And this is a way to get you to give you a minute to not overthink about you writing the speech, to just let things flow by you just dancing and going back to your roots. And when Olivia, when it was her turn, because they were split up in groups, when she got in there, she was killing it. But when that dance teacher said just move forward, don't look back, or 2 feet forward, don't look back, I was is that I was one that was that seemed sort of rude. I was is that in Olivia's head? And of course she wanted to leave after that, but then we ended up finding out it actually was something Billy used to say. And I was oh, I get it. I was I get it. It's that took her out of things, you know what I mean? And it's kind of in a way that really is what she's struggling with in this episode, is that, she, is, I would say struggling to find the words, but she realized, this is for my dad. I need to go up there, and these are the words I need to say, is that my dad was an incredible man, and you know what I mean, and this was the, you know what I mean, and I couldn't speak at his eulogy because I didn't have the words, but now I have the words, to describe, who he was, and you know what I mean, and what this award means to me, and what this, and pretty much it means to me is that I'm making this out to my father. So that was really just awesome. You know what I mean? That Olivia was able to find her words because, Jordan was able to, like, get her out of her, get her out of her head and just let things flow by taking her back to her roots of dance. I thought it was just really brilliant. And I thought it was really, like, nice to see that, and it just made me really happy for Jordan, the character Jordan, because he fluctuates that character, but when I love to see the character grow, and this just felt very like, damn, you took initiative and you helped your sister. I was like, this is just is beautiful. If I'm being honest, it was just really beautiful thing to see. I was just really happy with it. The other thing, the thing I didn't like about this episode, which, I mean, we'll probably get it in the next episode, at least I hope, because I don't want this to be a thing where it's like, oh, it happened, and then we're just not going to talk about it. I'm talking about, the JJ stuff of last week's episode, about JJ coming out to Asher saying, you know what I mean, like, I don't want to be the life of the party anymore. I need to get away from everything. I need to get away from school. I need to get away from football. And pretty much in a way, he's just breaking down at that moment, and he's kind of like, he needs help putting back the pieces. He needs help being, picked back up. And he needs his friends. I was really disappointed that we didn't see Asher telling the Vortex, like, yo, JJ needs us, like, you know what I mean, like, he is broken. He needs help, and we've been missing the signs, and we haven't been there for him. I'm a little disappointed that how are you going to do an episode like that, and then we just jump to another, we're just jumping back to, like, a whole nother, like, with all these other characters that kind of, like, they're all there for one another, but no one was there with JJ, and I expected that right after that episode that we'd have everybody come together for JJ. I expected that. We didn't get that in this episode. Not to knock on this episode, because like I said, I loved this episode. I thought it was a really good episode, but it's like we're back to the problem where, like, even now when JJ comes out to someone and he's, like, literally, like, he is in pieces. He needs help he needs his friends to pick him back up. We still are moving on with other characters, and it's almost like JJ's getting the shaft. Like, he is, like, not important. And it's just very annoying to me that these writers keep doing it, and I don't know why. I'm just hoping soon there isn't one of those things where it's like, when we see Asher again, he just does not tell the group what's going on. And I hope it's not one of those things where, like, Asher does let JJ go out on his own, and no one's, and we're focused on the other characters, and no one's, like, worried about JJ to the point where, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, they're like, I just don't want it to be moved past. Like, I don't want what's going on with JJ to just be something that they just brush off their shoulder, the Vortex, and they move forward. I do not want it to be that. And that's just really frustrating to me. But the other thing I really liked about this episode is, I really did appreciate, the whole, Sky, helping Patience through pretty much through, like, helping Patience with her identity about that she doesn't like Patience 2.0. And Layla's been picking up on it, but Layla's been super busy on trying to find balance between work life and life. And, JP helps Layla with that, which made me really happy in this episode, because even though JP's retired, retirement was the best thing for him, because, he's actually being a father now to Layla. He's not just being somebody that, is just all about, having his own, his own label. He is now being the father. And I really did appreciate him helping Layla through her issue about her separating, having time for work, but also having time for life. And I really appreciated that. But I really appreciated Sky, like I said, helping Patience find out who she wants to be. I thought that was really cool. And I love the idea that, that Patience came up with, saying that we can keep everything that's going on with, the whole, Fire and Ice tour, and, we can keep all that. But I want to redo the songs with me just with my guitar. So it's like the best of both worlds, showing people that you don't need to change. And you know what I mean? It's like you don't have to change, but you could still make changes, if that makes any sense. So I appreciate the fact that, like, we can keep the new look, we can keep all that, but I want to be up there with, I want to redo the songs and keep that side of me where it's like that, girl next door vibe. I want to keep that side of me where it's just me with my guitar doing these songs, where it's like, there is a change in the way I look, but at the same time, I'm still that same person that went and started this journey of becoming, a pop star. You know what I mean? I still want to be the same person I am. I want to keep my roots. So I really did appreciate Sky helping Patience through that. But now what I didn't like is that Sky kissed Patience when it's like, really, when things get tough between you and Coop, and you were wrong in the whole situation of last week's episode when you didn't even, like, acknowledge that Coop got into the class that she's been working really hard to get into, all you could acknowledge was the fact that Coop couldn't make it to your award, to your your seminar about how to be a social media influencer, and you know what I mean, and pretty much and success, I forget the word for it, and like successfully making your way through the internet as an influencer, or through social media as an influencer. It's like, yeah, I like that was important that Coop wanted to go to, but she could not miss out on this opportunity to get into this class that she's been really working hard to get into, because she has dreams too. Again, you need to, even, Coop didn't even really have a minute. Like, Coop even said sorry, but like she didn't have a minute to also kind of like be like, you know what I mean? Like Sky didn't even have the acknowledgement of kind of like, even like wasn't even excited for Coop. When Sky saw how excited Coop was, and even Coop said sorry, but I couldn't miss this. It's like, you guys need to fall back, and you guys need to regroup, and you guys need to just push through this. You guys are both busy people, but that was an opportunity that Coop could not miss out on. And you pretty much, when things get tough, you guys are on a break and you kiss Coop's ex-girlfriend, which Coop was really scared about, Patience and Sky getting close together, because remember that Coop didn't like the fact of Sky getting really close to the Vortex and mainly getting really close to Patience. And in a way, Coop had the right to not want Sky really close to the Vortex, because she knew that was what was going to happen. And now the worst part about it, the whole thing, is that Miko had recorded them kissing and posted it online. So we already know what's going to happen, is that, Coop is going to get angry at Patience, most definitely, probably, and Coop is really going to get angry at Sky. And it's like, and I wouldn't be surprised if Coop, not having any more trust between Patience, I mean, and probably I wouldn't even consider Patience a friend of hers anymore. You know what I mean? This is just terrible, and it's terrible because I think also that, I think her name is Miko, if I'm correct. I always mess it up, but she's probably jealous on the fact that someone came in here and and it was taking really, because we all know that Miko is obsessed with Patience, so she's probably didn't like the fact of also Sky getting all taking those really close photos and kind of giving the wrong idea of they're dating, when it was just them celebrating the new idea that they had. But Miko could take that in the wrong way, and I do think that this was for revenge on her uploading that video. Not only that, but also not liking the idea of Sky changing Patience's new look. Miko might not like that, so I'm a little worried about Sky's safety a little bit. Kind of I don't know if Miko will go that far to want to go after Sky. I don't know. But I'm really getting scared for with what what's going on with Miko, looking into bugging Patience's phone and looking into her conversations and recording things and God knows what. I'm really scared for that, and I'm really worried about that. I think, like I said, I think her name is Miko. I could be right. Let me know if I'm right or wrong down in the comments below. It's been a minute since we've seen the character, so it's I'm kind of forgetting. But I'm a little worried about that, and I'm really disappointed in Sky. You helped Patience out, which I loved, but you kissed Patience knowing that that wasn't okay, and knowing kind of bullshit that Sky didn't see, kind of Coop's fear of, and seeing that why Coop didn't want Sky near Patience. You know what I mean? I feel like Sky had to have seen that, and the fact that she took this one thing where it's they're on a break, and this one little and they had one kind of fallout she's just gonna go cheat on Coop. That was really annoying to me. I just that just makes me not really like the character Sky even more. So I don't know, that just bugs me out. But I am glad that Layla, when she ends up finding out after your father helps her kind of find balance, and kind of brings that up, saying you need to find balance, you need to let people take charge and do things, but also at the same time you need to just learn how to live life and be in the moment. I did love when when Sky and Patience when they were both telling Layla this is this I haven't been feeling the whole the whole Patience 2.0. I want to keep my roots. How do you feel about me being up on stage and me doing these songs just with me with my guitar and stuff like that? But it's we get to keep the whole Fire and Ice new look, but I just want to keep my roots intact as well. I'm glad that Layla's like, I'm noticing that you haven't been liking Patience 2.0. You've been struggling with that. I want what's best for you, and I've never seen you more happier than you right now. I'm here for it. All I want is you to be happy. I thought that was great. I was really worried that Layla was going to be pissed. I don't know why, but like I have a bad feeling for a minute. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be angry about this. Thank God she wasn't. She just really went with the flow. I was happy about that. Now, what was going on with Spencer and Jordan? And Spencer, Jordan in this episode, and kind of like the new football team. Mainly it's on Spencer's half. I wouldn't even say it's really on Jordan, because Jordan was was focused on Olivia in this episode and helping her get out of her head, to help her, so that way she can write her speech. It was mainly Spencer kind of, in this episode, not liking the fact that Grace wanted to make an arts and crafts room in Spencer's old bedroom, back in South Crenshaw. Like, I actually was on Spencer's side on this. I was like, if my mom, even though I don't live at the house anymore, if my mom kind of just took all my shit out and tried to make it an arts and crafts room, I'd be pretty pissed. Not gonna lie. I would be pretty livid. So I was actually like, what Spencer saying, one, like, your mom didn't even ask. I understand it's her house, but like, she didn't ask. And I was like, damn, like, I would not be okay with this. So I understand why Spencer was upset, because also, like, when he's home, he wants to have a place to be. And she just said, oh, well, you could pull out the air mattress. I was in my head, I was like, you must be out your damn mind. Me pulling out the air mattress, and, when I had my own bedroom that you didn't tell me about, that you were taking all my stuff out to make an arts and crafts room. I'd be pissed. That's something you want to that's something you want to talk to your son about, or talk to your kid about, if you're thinking about doing that while they're off, like living in a beach house or whatever, and they always like coming home once in a while. I can't, like, for parents that do that, and and just think that's okay. I mean, I personally don't think that's okay. I think you should talk to your kids. But at the same time, it's like, a lot of kids, Jordan was one of the people, because Spencer talked to Jordan saying like, oh, like, how do you feel about Coop living in your room? You know what I mean? And he's like, I'm okay with it. I don't live there anymore. It's fine. I mean, some kids don't care, but if that, and you know what I mean? And mind you, no one told Jordan that Coop was going to move into his room. It just happened. And he was kind of chill with it. So the fact of it is that some people are cool with it and some people aren't. And I was with Spencer on the fact that he was annoyed about that. And mind you, Spencer comes home very frequently, and he wants to be in his own room. I respect that. Like, no one wants to come home and sleep on an air mattress. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I would want to be in my own bedroom. So I understand that. And it's going to be interesting, because I want to see, like, what your takes on it, guys. Like, what if, like, you went to college and your mom or your dad or whoever, took all your stuff out and made it into like a workout room and arts and crafts room. And you came home and you found out that your stuff was gone and your parents are turning it into something that isn't your room anymore, and they expect you to sleep on an air mattress when you come back from like wherever you're at. What would your response be? I'm really curious to know. Would you be okay with that, or would you be mad about that? I'm curious. But the thing also is that I was really what really made me annoyed is the president of GAU had the nerve to come to the field and overheard, probably from the boosters overheard Coach Kenny pretty much bringing in, ex-cons, and also, bringing in has-beens, as this president of GAU said. These are his words, not mine, but because that's ridiculous. Everybody deserves a second chance, and especially the one dude that is a part of GAU now definitely deserves a second chance. And even though what he did was wrong, he had a good reason. When you're in that headspace, that's the only thing that you can think about is survival. So it's wrong what he did, but at the same time, I understand where he was coming from. And the other dude got screwed over by Coach Garrett. So the fact that the president does not care about football, but he had the nerve, because he had the nerve to come down to the field to yell at Kenny about, the boosters are hearing that Coach Kenny is bringing in has-beens and people that that have records and stuff like that. And he's like, that's true or whatever about the dude that had the record, but he deserves the second chance. And the other dude got screwed over, and he's like, I don't care about that. I care about keeping the boosters happy. When it's like, dude, get out of here. Like, who cares what the boosters think? We get to decide what makes this team. We get to decide that. You don't. You just care about the money. You don't care about the football. You don't care about giving people second chances. You don't see that side of things. All you care about is the money coming in from the boosters, and you want to make the boosters happy. That's no president that should be a president of any college that just cares about, people bringing in the money and doesn't care about the fact of what's making this team a team, and what's and you know what I mean, what makes this team a team. And not only that, but what make like a good team, or what makes this team that's going to get them to the point where the boosters will be even happier, because it's like the boosters care about wins. You know what I mean? Their money going to a team that's going to win. The thing that dude didn't understand is that them bringing in everybody and giving that one dude a second chance from his record, and then the other dude that got screwed over is going to get them wins. They're giving people, they're giving these dudes chances that no one else would do. You know what I mean? That they're, you know what I mean? And that's what's going to get them wins. They might be the underdogs to a lot of other teams, but no, that like they have heart, and that's what's going to get them wins. I'm so glad the one GAU president kind of got that grasp when I'm totally forgetting his name. When oh come on, I had it on the top of my head. What was his name? Oh, damn it. I can't believe I'm forgetting bro's name. And I don't know if it's even on the list. It's on the list. God dang it. Okay. I'm trying to remember his name, and I can't remember what episode he was in. It's gonna like annoy the crap out of me. What was his name? Dang, it's one of those things where I hate when this happens, and it's probably gonna come to me in a little bit. But I'm also trying to look and see if I can find him. I just can't remember what episode it was in. Oh, come on. Is this it? I hope this is it. I hope this is the episode where he came in, because I honestly, it's bugging me. I can't remember his name. I don't think it was that episode. I don't know what episode it was in, and it's going to annoy the crap out of me. I can't even remember. Okay. I don't know. I can't remember the kid's name. Oh, man. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue, too. I hate when this happens. But, I'm trying to think. What was his name? Michael Okay, yeah, Galvez. Michael Galvez. Okay, yes. Michael Galvez ends up, going, because right now it's spring break. So Michael Galvez went to Florida. I think Florida State. He went to Florida State. He's having problems there because they want to make, because Michael Galvez is openly gay, and they want to pretty much make him, they want to just focus on him being gay. That's what they want to do. When it's like, he's like, I just want to play the sport. I just want to be the best running back. Like it doesn't matter that I'm gay. That's all they're focusing on. And he wanted to get away from that. He's like, I just want to practice. It's turned into like, they just care about what's off the field and what me about me being gay. They don't care about me being a good running back and me, you're really working hard and what got me here, and really anything else about me. They just want to make me the poster boy. I mean, of me being gay at the college. And it's like, I understand, like, I was like, dang, bro, like, it's really messed up that that's what they want to do, and they don't care about who he is. And I'm really glad that Spencer, said, this makes me, like, I did this, and this reminds me about who I am, me recording myself and telling myself who I am. So anytime I forget who I am, I can look at that video and say, that is me. And no one else can define me except me. I know who I am. And that's all that matters. So it was really awesome when Spencer kind of like said, try this, just try this. And he's like, it's a little corny. He's like, oh, you call me corny, just try it. And he pretty much says, like, I am all these other things, and I just so happen to be gay. And that's me. Not this one thing doesn't define me. And I'm really glad that, Galvez saw the family that, was at GAU, and he kind of regretted it. He's like, the only people, they only care about football here. You know what I mean? They didn't care about that. They didn't focus on the fact that I was gay, that, everybody's just here wanting to be the best they can and wanting to, and play the sport that they love. And I was really happy because Galvez actually tells the president of GAU, saying like, oh, like, I want to, transfer schools. I want to be here. And, of course, the president calls in Spencer saying, oh, why don't you tell me that you got Michael Galvez here? Like, Michael Galvez transferred to GAU. And Spencer's like, well, one, that's not true. And Michael Galvez comes saying it actually is true. I am transferring to GAU because, you guys, I regret not, being here because I love you. I love the energy here. And, you all about, this is a family here. And I want to be a part of that. And you guys care about, the sport, and, you know what I mean? And no one's just, wanting to pay attention to one thing about me, and you know what I mean, about me being gay. People like we just care about the sport here, and I want to get away from that. So I'm really glad that Michael Galvez actually wants to be at GAU. They're stacked now, their team, like, you know what I mean, and also this makes the GAU president happy. It makes the boosters happy that Michael Galvez, the number one running back, chose GAU. Because he eventually he was gonna go there, but everybody started I forget what happened to make him that made him want to leave. I think it was the team realizing that they were still under we're still under what was it? I forget. Still under investigation because of Garrett. So they weren't sure if they were able to play or not, and then that's when a lot of people were leaving. Even though he told Galvez oh, we're gonna be playing, everything's gonna be okay. We have a new coach coming in, and things fell flat, and then that's when he kind of wanted to leave. But now that he sees that all people care about is just him being gay, they don't care about him being a great football player. They just it's turned into his people invading his personal life, and for people invading just stuff that doesn't involve the sport, and he doesn't want to be a part of that drama. I'm glad that he gets to find a place that just he gets to play sport and gets to do the thing that he loves. It's great. I thought that was amazing. Overall, guys, like I said, this episode was great. I feel ever since they kind of pretty much flipped everything upside down with the shocking blow of them killing off Billy, I feel the show has been nothing but I'm invested, and I'm happy about that. But like I said, the only gripe I have is that we had such a serious episode last week of that happening about JJ pretty much almost dying, and telling Asher, and him saying he just wants to leave, and Asher's no, I mean let us help you, and he's no, I need to leave, I need to leave football, I need to leave the school. And it's we don't see Asher and we don't see JJ in this next following up episode. It just gotta make you wonder that I'm not the only one probably thinking what the hell are they doing? How are you gonna do an episode like that and totally we're not dealing with it in the next episode? And I'm worried that again, I can't imagine, because I don't know how many episodes we have left. We today's episode was 7. This was episode 17. So we have 18, 19, 20. We have 3 more episodes left. And and clearly from what I can see from next week, it looks like we're not dealing with JJ in next week's episode. And I'm really worried that we're gonna get to the end of the season, and JJ's just gonna be gone, and then maybe they take this storyline to next season. That's bullshit if that's what they do, because they didn't do that with what was going on with Olivia. And I mean, everybody was there for that. They all came together. The Vortex being there for Olivia, and being there, and everybody came together being there for Spencer, but no one's coming together being there for JJ. And we're gonna hold off that story to next season. I swear to God, that better not be the case, because like I said, we have 3 more episodes left. I don't see them addressing it next week's episode, because I saw the promo, and we're gonna watch the promo in a minute. But that just frustrates me. I'm are you kidding me? And I'm really hoping that if they do kind of address this before the end of the season, I hope they give the actor that plays JJ a lot more screen time, because I swear to God, out of all the other characters, he gets the bare minimum screen time on this show, which is just bullshit to me. I feel in general they really didn't know what they were doing with the character from the get-go. They just made him the party dude, which was stupid. And I'm really happy that I feel as the season went on, he became more than that. And I see that character as more than that, and I want them to do more with that character. I mean, hell, we still don't have a reason why he is why this is happening to him. We don't know why yet, which is still weird to me that we still don't know what got him to this point. You know what I mean? It just didn't just happen. Bullshit. Are you kidding me? I want to know why. We still don't know. But without further ado, guys, I'm gonna back out of here. I actually did not pull it up on I did not pull it up yet, so we're actually gonna have to search it up. Okay, I have to get out of here. Okay, let me go here. Let's go to YouTube. I'm sorry about that, guys. I actually should have had it preset, but I didn't. It's right here. I think episode 18 promo, and it's crazy. Like I said, it's crazy that we only have 3 more episodes left of the season. It's really weird. I just want to make sure that this is good on the desktop volume. I want to make sure it's not too loud because that's not going to be good if it's too loud. So I think that should be pretty good. Hopefully. I'm actually going to turn it down a little bit on here. I'll probably turn it to like... We'll maybe do 50. I'll do 60. It should be good there. All right. Let's get into it right now.
Seemed like nobody was on the same page today. More like all week, man.
What you trying to do, bro?
Figure out a way to channel that conflict towards the opposing team.
You were feeling picked on, so I picked someone else.
He doesn't talk to anyone else like that. I was counting on you to lead.
Oh, that you did.
Very interesting. Also, I don't know what's going on with Coop's teacher, but like, you were getting picked on, so I picked someone else. Like, what are you talking about? Like, who's picking on Coop? One, I already have a serious problem with that. Whoever the hell is picking on Coop, and not only that, but like the teacher is weirdly like I thought the teacher, because again the teacher judged Coop by the just what I mean, like judged a book by its cover by judging Coop. And I thought after that about him like realizing, I shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and was like, started being cool with Coop. I thought everything was fine until of course last week's episode, where he told Coop like, I would drop the your the way you like speak or whatever. I would just drop the the street slang, and you know what I mean, because you only get one first impression. And starting from there, I was like, dude, what the hell, like, this you're acting racist, you know what I mean? A little bit, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell's going on here? I thought he was cool, but now he's acting weird. So I don't know what's going on with the teacher. I don't know why he went from being cool to like being weird now. Or, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even say cool, but like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, like he's not, he seems to be like he knows he messed up by judging a book by its cover, and now he's still trying to change Coop. And almost like, and I just don't like the way it sounds. It's like, they were picking on you, so I chose someone else or whatever. Like, I'm confused what's going on there. But also, like, I don't know what's going on with the whole Coach Kenny and Spencer thing. I don't know what's going on with that. About, saying like, I need you to be a leader. And also the team kind of falling apart, which is very weird to me because the team seemed to be working very, very good together. It's a little weird to me that out of nowhere, they just start having problems with one another now. I feel like that's kind of random to me a little bit. I feel like, what? Like, things are okay. You just showed us in this episode that everything is great, and now you're going to make this episode where, like, everything is not great, and the team can't get on the same page. It seems to me it's like, okay, like, you guys should have done this in the beginning if you guys wanted this, because now it's kind of like, I don't buy it a little bit. Like, what, out of nowhere, this team isn't in sync? What's going on? So I don't know, it's a little weird to me. I'm not as excited for next week's episode, besides the fact that I am interested to see if that footage about with Miko recording Sky and Patience kissing, if that will be put up, and then what that will do. I'm interested to see if that will be in the next episode or not, and like maybe Patience will find out, oh my god, like Miko bugged my phone, oh shit. So I'm interested to see that stuff. I don't know if we're gonna get it, and I'm interested to see if she did upload it, what Coop's response is gonna be with since on top of Coop having problems at school with her teacher and with people, you know what I mean, picking on her and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see all this, and you know what I mean, and pretty much that's essentially really it. And I'm really hoping we just get we kind of get a conclusion to what's going on with JJ. I'm really hoping. I need to see this vortex of so-called close friends and being there for one another, be there for once for JJ. I need to see that, because in reality, it's like, I just hate what they're doing with the character. It's really upsetting. And I'm not the only one. Like, it's ridiculous. But guys, I'm really curious to know, what do you think about this episode? Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? Let me know, like, do you guys think that they'll wrap up JJ's storyline this season? Do you guys think they won't wrap up JJ's storyline this season? Do you guys think they'll just get sidelined again, and they'll kind of like, they'll like pretty much, sideline, JJ talking to Asher, and Asher won't tell the group what's going on? Do you guys think they'll just sideline that to next season, and they'll pretty much, they'll just wrap up the season and they'll just forget about it? Do you guys think that? Do you guys think that they will wrap up JJ's storyline before the end of the season? I'm really curious to know what your thoughts are on that. And like I said, I'm really curious to know, again, what your thoughts are on the fact of, like, what if you had a bedroom and you went off to college and you went off to somewhere, and then your parents or whomever, took all your stuff out and made it into an arts and crafts room or a gym room and didn't tell you. What would your response be? I'm really curious to know. Would you care? Would you not care? I would care. Simple as that. Hell no. If I went off to college and my room looked like this, and I came back and all my shit was in boxes, and they're making my room into an arts and crafts room or a gym room, I'd be pissed. I'd be angry. I probably wouldn't talk to my parents for a while. I kid you not. Some people might find that weird. I don't find that weird. I think, if anything, a parent should always talk to their kid, because, I mean, let's be real. Let's be real, because a kid's bedroom, or a person, you know what I mean? Like, that's a part of their childhood. You know what I mean? That's something that's their space. And to come home and have that happen when you weren't told about that, and they say, oh, like, you could just sleep on the air mattress when you come there, I would feel like not welcomed. Honestly, I would feel a little not welcomed. Like, really, are you kidding me? Like, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, they just didn't care what the room meant to me. That's personally how I feel about it. But I'm really curious to know what your take is on it. But like I said, guys, here, if you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, put on notifications, like this video. I'd love to have you guys here, part of the family, part of the channel. We're all about spreading love, positivity, and motivation. And yet again, guys, we are almost to 700 subscribers. That is the goal, to hit 700 subscribers. My initial goal by the end of this year is to hit 1,000 subscribers. If we can even hit more than 1,000 subscribers before the end of this year, that would be amazing. And if we could hit more than even 700 subscribers, even that's a goal I have right now, if we could hit even past that, that's still that's spectacular. You know what I mean? It's all about, I really want to grow this fam up, grow this channel up. And guys, like I said, I want to let everybody know, a quick reminder, if you are excited for the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I'm actually going to be doing a watch party for the red carpet premiere this Thursday, and the live starts at 8:13 p.m. Eastern time, because the live starts actually at 8:15 p.m. Eastern time, but I want to start it a little bit early, so that way everybody can come in and we can talk for a little bit before the actual red carpet starts. Hopefully everything goes well. The stream won't be taken down. Kind of like how, if for anybody that was in my Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania, live watch party for the red carpet, we didn't get taken down. Everything worked out very well. I'm pretty sure my brother Nick was also in the stream with me. I might also have my bro Troy maybe in the stream if he's up for it. Maybe he'll be joining us in the stream. Also, maybe Nick will be joining us in the stream again. It might not just be me. So whatever happens, you'll see them, or you'll just see me on Thursday. Like I said, at 8:13 p.m. Eastern time. I'm really excited for that. Also, I wanted to let everybody know a quick little, also like update and reminder for people that do know or don't know or whatever. I wanted to let everybody know that I'm actually watching all the Star Wars movies as like a countdown to May the 4th, which is next Thursday. And as of right now, I just did my solo reaction. It's up on my Patreon. Like I said, guys, my Patreon is only $5. And, we do movie reactions over there. We do, TV series reactions over there. Pretty soon we're going to be doing, like stuff like, if you're interested in Marvel, pretty soon we're going to be doing Secret Invasion. Pretty soon we're going to be doing Loki Season 2. And we're going to be doing The Boys when the next Boys season comes out, and Invincible, and all these other things. If you're interested in any of this stuff, like I said, it's only $5. It's cheaper than a lot of people's Patreons, and I wanted to make it so I wanted to make it at a reasonable price so you guys could get this content. So that's why I made it the price that I did. And also, if there's a $10 option, and that you get some extra other content on there. But I just want to let you guys know that's what I'm doing here on Patreon. And like I said, I'm trying to get more people on my Patreon, and you know what I mean, before the end of this year. My goal for Patreon subscribers, I would love to get like 200 Patreon subscribers before the end of this year. I would love to. And I think, you know what I mean, it's at a great reasonable price that you get all that content, like movie reactions, series reactions, for the price of $5. I think it's a great deal, especially because, like I said, here is that on YouTube, like nowadays you can't even like post a TV show reaction or a movie reaction without getting taken down, or without you taking out so much of the movie or show, where it feels like you're missing out on all the good parts of a show or a movie. And it's kind of like, why'd you bother at that point about putting it up if like pretty much majority of the show or movie is not there. So that's why I love Patreon, because I'm able to give you guys content that I can't give you here. And like I said, guys, I'm having fun over there on Patreon, And tomorrow I'm actually doing Rogue One, so if you like Rogue One, my reaction will be up for that tomorrow. And then pretty soon, we'll be on to, of course, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and then we'll be on, of course, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, and so forth. So if you're interested in any of that, like I said, go subscribe to my Patreon at the Heroverse on Patreon. You can download the app, you can go to the internet and type in Patreon and find my Patreon via that way. Definitely go check it out. It's definitely worth it. But guys, that was the video. Hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and I'll see you guys next Monday for episode 18 of All American Season 5. Peace.